on divorce court today. A 3-year relationship hit the rocks when pressure from their exes, plus their adult business, seeps into their bedroom. Natalie and Eric have been married for 1 year, and unless they can settle their intimate differences, they might not see their second anniversary. Eric Hatton and Natalie Hatton have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in divorce court starts now.
Mr. and Mrs. Hayden, the two of you have been married less than a year. You've come here not for a divorce, thank goodness, but you've seen how I talk to people. You thought I might have enough information or advice or wisdom to help. I hope I do. We are going to start with Mr. Hatton. Why don't you tell me what you think the concerns are in this very young marriage?
Well, Your Honor, I was married before, and it was a very conservative marriage. Also, I've had previous relationships, whereas on the conservative side, from a sexual standpoint. So now, being married to my wife, she is very outgoing. She's beautiful. I want to please her from a sexual standpoint, from every other standpoint. But her expectation, her needs are pretty, you know, out of the norm for myself. Right. And so I'm trying to catch up a little bit.
I do so appreciate the ease with which you are just leaning into this slowly and nicely with conscientiousness and an eye towards, you know, my quiver button. But Ms. Head, I'm just going to say it. You need sex at least 6 times a day, according to you. Is that accurate?
I do find that accurate. I think I'm a very open sexual person. We also have a business which is of the adult nature as well. I feel like...
What kind of business did you have?
We run a consulting business, Your Honor, for aspiring models that are looking to get into the adult industry.
So you help folks get into porn?
It's not exactly porn.
They need a lot of help.
There's just basically, so if they're doing something, you can do it with your husband or wife. You could do it by yourself. You could do it from the safety of your own home. You're not shooting it out in public. It's a new, you know, safe.
It's home-based porn.
Home-based, in your own safety of your own thing. You do what you're comfortable with. You know, a lot of these people we don't ever meet, just making sure,
Gotcha,
you know.
Gotcha.
As well as our regular day-to-day life. I want to be, you know, we're parents. I'm involved in the PTCO, our children, you know.
Oh, doesn't make you a bad person at all.
No, just we want that great lifestyle for family in the daytime, but I like the excitement and the everything that goes with it at night.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that asking a guy, and he's 42, to have sex 6 times a day is kind of demanding?
If you put it like that, demanding. I have not been married before. I was in some bad relationships, several before. I finally found someone whom I'm in love with and who's able to satisfy me and mentally, emotionally, physically. And I don't think that's a bad thing. To want to be with him is every chance that I can be. So it comes
I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. You're looking for judgment when there is none. I'm talking about physical capacity. That's a lot of sex in a day.
Capacity, yes, that is a lot to ask for.
I understand that in an effort to address this disparity between your sexual desires, you have considered becoming swingers. Is that a real conversation that you're having, or is it just kind of like a pie-in-the-sky idea?
So I would not say pie in the sky. Definitely a real conversation, obviously more than one. And it's not necessarily a swingers, but introducing another partner or partners into the relationship.
Gotcha.
You know, just to kind of, you know, see where that leads. I definitely am hesitant, not from not wanting to. I'm definitely a red American, you know, man, but I wonder and am concerned about being able to see the effects of something like that introduced into a marriage, and you can't bounce out of it.
Right.
You know, so the act happens or it doesn't happen, and so I don't know. I have reservations.
Do you have reservations, or is this something you're encouraging?
My concerns for all of this is based on our previous relationships. We come from very different backgrounds. Eric's had several relationships where we're very not intimate relationships, sexless, several relationships where he wasn't able to explore I feel, as much as, and be the sexual person that he is. So me wanting to do all of these things is just wanting Eric to get to be who he really is and be able to relax and not be judged for anything, and just kind of my part of bringing to the marriage what I think that he's always kind of wanted. And
now, it's interesting that you said that. You're trying to encourage him to be who he really is.
Yes.
Maybe he is who he really is. Do you see what I'm saying? You're
I
assuming that who he really is something other than what's come to the table. And maybe the idea of what you want him to be is not who he really is, and oughtn't he make that decision?
I would say you could say there's some truth to that, but considering how our relationship started, we met on a dating website. We both had kind of just thrown it all out there. Look, this is where we're coming from. Threw it all on the table, said this is it. And our relationship has kind of went all the way backwards, where you feel like you've known somebody forever.
Right.
And like everything. So in the beginning, for as far as, we waited.
So what is your problem that you've come to discuss with me? Because I thought it was that in part, but I don't see that as a problem now. I think you guys are on a sexual journey. Why not?
Why not?
She's a little ahead on the trail. You bring it up the rear, but you're willing to keep going.
Oh, definitely.
And there doesn't seem to be a problem there. Am I accurate?
The problems stem from which lead to that. The sex ties into everything.
Okay, explain that.
So if we're having constant trouble because of other situations that are occurring in our life, obviously that puts a damper on me from emotional side, where he's in the mood too and I'm not, because I'm emotional about some things, or he's stressed out because we have a lot of other things.
So what you're telling me is you have strains on your relationships that are in turn straining your sex life, restraining your sex life. And so
above and beyond, yes.
Okay, then let us turn to those concerns.
Sure.
Next, is the stress from blending a family and dealing with exes enough to break this marriage apart? If the ink on your marriage license is barely dry, but you're ready to call it quits, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real people, real conflict, real judgments. Divorce Court continues.
I understand that one of the primary stressors on the marriage is trying to blend your two families, because both of you have children from previous relationships, and it has become difficult. Mr. Haddon, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me who the players are and what the concerns are?
So the players are basically our previous relationships. Obviously, we have children, 5 in total.
How many do you have?
I have 2.
And she has 3.
Natalie has 3. Trying to have another between the 2 of us. But so the issue is the fact that we don't know exactly what's being done and said in the other homes. Natalie actually has 100% custody of hers. I'm 50-50. So basically, it targets my children that come into our home 50% of the time. And I don't know exactly what's being said, what's being done in the other home. However, I do know that my ex has a relationship with her ex.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's, I don't know if interesting is the word, but.
What concerns do you have regarding what's going on in the other home? I mean, what things have the children said or done that cause you to be concerned about what's happening when they're not with you?
Right. Well, when they come over, it's kind of like deprogramming them. Every single time they come over, they have questions. Whose house am I staying in now? Or does your new family love me the same? Or who's gonna take care of me now? Or just all sorts of different questions.
Are they little?
No. No, but sometimes their emotions are very scattered. They're not the same kids that I left.
Right.
You know? And so it's hard because Natalie is a fantastic mother. She endures all the different questions and that sort of thing. But behind closed doors, and we have discussions about just like what Natalie said before. When we first met, we made our kids priority above anything else.
Right.
If our relationship doesn't work, It's going to be from outside factors, not because of lack of effort or love in our relationship.
How do you respond to those questions? Because to me, those sound like very normal questions.
Right.
That any child would have in a circumstance. He didn't split you guys up. I mean,
No.
they're just getting drug along for the ride.
Right.
So I see it not necessarily as a problem in the other home, but just normal curiosity that a child in a blended family would have.
I would tell you, however, that typically that's on one side. So if both of our exes are in the same room discussing things, I think there's probably a little bit more information involved than normal.
Does any of that information get relayed to you through the kids?
It does, but I don't know how jaded it is. I'm sure it's a lot jaded, but I don't know what's really being said, or if that's in the heart and mind of my child, or if they're trying to relay information through that child to me. I don't know.
Can you tell me a little more about what they say and why it causes you concern?
There's definitely true, real concerns. The children, on a lot of the examples, my daughter, she's very girly girl. Our other daughter is very tomboyish, which is fine. There's a lot of questions. You're trying to change me. You're trying to do those things. And, we just want to be a happy family blended together. And I say,
who says they're trying to change?
One of the children, one of Eric's children that comes. And that's
they think you're trying to change them?
Correct.
When do they say that? What are you doing when they say that?
When she says that, I said, I'm not trying to change you at all, sweetheart. I said, I'm trying to make you the best that you can be. I said, if you told me you wanted to be a singer, I'd put you in singing lessons.
But what are you doing at the time she says you're trying to change me?
Brushing her hair.
Well, she doesn't like the way you brush her hair?
She
No,
just-
she
she
has
just
dreadlocks when she comes over.
Oh, you can't brush dreadlocks.
Well,
It hurts.
I said, I want to spend my time doing fun things too. If you
Right.
came over and didn't need to be, we call it defunkified, then we could do other things. So blending is hard for us.
When divorce court continues, is Natalie so demanding and dominant that their children suffer?
Do you think Natalie and Eric's issues with their exes will ruin their relationship? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now, 1-800-282-1991.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
I think, and this is just way out of left field over here. I think you are a very domineering person because of what you said in these papers. Currently, I'm allowing Eric to take the dominant sexual role in order for him to become more sexually liberated. I did this so he would be able to find his true sexual self and explore all his sexual desires. But as his sexual freedom develops, I will fully intend to reclaim that position as the dominant partner at some point in time. He said to me the following: this marriage is supposed to be a two-way street, but sometimes I wonder if, in fact, my marriage is a one-way highway. You make decisions about where he should work, what he should do, and he says he's happy with the changes, but he feels like you're in charge of the entire direction of his life. Did I get that right?
It's pretty close.
So you're nothing wrong with being a dominating person. Some people just are. But when you're a domineering person, you don't see it such as you see. A lot of people see it. I'm right, I'm good, I know what I'm doing. Because you're making him happy. You know what I mean? He's got a better job and all that kind of stuff. But kids sense that as well when I know my stuff. And when a kid says to you, I feel like you're trying to change me, she's telling you the truth. They speak from the heart on that stuff. And all I'm asking you, because I don't know.
Sure.
Look in the mirror and ask yourself, is my personality such that I display a sense of demand when really that's not what I want to do?
That's not at all one with the kids. I would say if our relationship, yes, I'm a very dominating person is in general. I would agree with that 100%. When it comes to our children, when it comes to that, I've made several statements. am not their mother. I'm just his helper if they need help, you know, like this, as the stepmom. I'm not trying to replace anybody. I'm just an extra pair of hands there to try to encourage and better the children in which ways I can. The statements have came when we talked about that because it really did hurt my feelings, because I feel like I really do try to be a good mom in the fact that I help, you know, do the right things for them. But that when I have other people besides just past relationships and 7, 8 people continuously talking bad about somebody, I get played to be the bad guy a lot of the time when, you know, I'm carrying a lot of the weight for the relationship. He does work. He does a wonderful job. He has a much better job. He's less tired. He's happy.
Do you talk to them about their relationship with her and what her role is? And do they share with you a sense that she's trying to change them, or they feel overwhelmed by her or anything like that?
I got to be honest with you. When I talk to my children and I discuss Natalie with them, they're very genuine. I understand their hearts. When I hear them talk anything about the fact of changing, it just sounds like a previous relationship. It sounds like that person being channeled through. I know that they love her. They tell me that they love her. And they tell her to her face that they love her, and I know that to be true. We're very successful in what we do. We have, you know, funds and home and that sort of thing, and I think there's probably, you know, some jealousy factors and that sort of thing, and so I think it gets played out through the kids.
Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next. Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
What did you want to clarify?
Just from the standpoint of Natalie being a little dominant, I come from a relationship, and all my previous relationships, I was the dominant one. I took care of absolutely every aspect of life. Taking a back seat, sometimes it's refreshing, but I know guys who just get walked on, that sort of thing. That's definitely not the case. We defer and you know, talk to each other.
You know, I think we're talking past each other here, Mr. Haddon. I don't believe that she's... It wasn't a pejorative reference. I wasn't saying she's being dominant over there.
All right.
Some people might, you know, like my husband, he can be, some people, because he's just strong, because he's the sweetest guy in the world.
Right.
But so I'm not saying you're dominant, you're bad. I'm saying, do you understand how your nature is and how it could be perceived?
Right.
Not that you're a bad person.
Right.
I didn't mean that at all.
Oh, no.
But you compare and contrast a great deal.
Right.
And you always are on trying to get people somewhere better than where they are. And I think that sometimes, if that peppers your language that much, they hear and feel that. And just watch it.
Right.
I mean, I'm always into better.
Yeah.
My kids used to say to me, does everything you say to me have to come with a 10-minute lecture? Like, at this juncture, But just listen to how you speak. Listen to how you determine and compare and contrast. And maybe you can't change anybody but you.
Right.
You can't fix anybody but you. And what you have to do is, what you're doing isn't working, you try something else. And you might want to sit down with them and, you know, you say all of the right stuff about, you know, we want them to be equal and share. But you got to, hey, what don't you like? What's up? You seem upset. Talk to me. And give them an opportunity to be loose and free with you, because all of this serious, I want you to, it's not working, right?
Right.
It's not working. So go in a different direction. If you can't get in the front door, go around the side door, you know, kick in the window, something.
Right.
But double check how you're doing it. You double check how you're doing it. And then you make sure that if you need to step up a little more, that you step up a little more. Because it's weird being with the new person. The kids, she may love them and all that kind of stuff, but she's still the new chick.
Right.
You understand the things?
I do.
You with me? And when things go bad, you deal with them, not her.
Right.
That's your gig.
Okay.
You with me?
I'm with you.
Good luck to both of you. And
Thank you.
and I know you may have to get some Viagra. I don't know what's going on over at your house, but good luck to you. It was a problem my husband would love to have. I'm quite sure. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered.
Eric and Natalie agree with the judge that they need to change their tone to communicate better with their children. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court.
Who do I see at the bar with his little bottle? And I tapped him politely on his shoulder and said, "Excuse me. So this is where you cut hair at." And he looked at me with them big, "You crazy, you crazy, you crazy." So I left. When I come home, here he come out the house with his clothes. He's leaving me. And I was very upset, and I can tell you, that night, I rammed into the back of his car, and I tried to tear it up.
She's the judge who gives rules on the law and life. She's intense with common sense. She's Judge Lynn Toler on Divorce Court, where real couples deal with real life. Angela met Anthony at church and courted for only 3 months before making it official. But Angela soon discovered that Anthony had thought he'd found his soulmate 5 times before.
So he moved in with me, and right after he showed up, the woman showed up in my driveway, blaring her horn, telling me that he was nothing but a whore and a liar, and that I would shortly find out what type of man that I had.
I didn't base our marriage on my past relationships at all. I do want a wife, not this one.
Will Anthony finally decide to slow down after 6 marriages? Today on Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toler presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Angela Mitchell and Anthony Mitchell. Mr. and Mrs. Mitchell, you have been married 9 years, although you have been on and off for the past 7. You have children from previous relationships. Mr. Mitchell, you have, at the tender age of 42, managed to rack up 6 exes. And I'm going to ask you about that. But before we do, Ms. Mitchell, I want to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about this marriage and why you want to end it now?
Your Honor, I want to end the marriage because my husband is a liar. He really has a problem with lying. I've known him for a while, but I met him in church. That's where, we got together. Shortly after, he told me the relationship he was in was a problem relationship. So he moved in with me. He showed up with his 2 trash bags. And right after he showed up, the woman showed up in my driveway, blaring her horn, telling me that he was nothing but a whore and a liar, and that I would shortly find out what type of man that I had. The man lies so much. Let me tell you about one of the lies. Recently, I put him on my block list because I don't like being bothered, because he's worrisome. So I get this strange phone call from a strange area code. So I answer it, and the person says, "I'm sorry, but I have the wrong number." Okay, I recognize the voice because this is my husband, right? But he said...
It wasn't me.
It was him.
It wasn't me.
Okay. The next morning, I get a text that says, "Good morning, love." I'm like, okay, same number. So I call the number. The person picks up and hangs up. So I had one of my friends call the number and specifically ask for Anthony and pretend to be another woman. And sure enough, it was Anthony then.
Mr. Mitchell, are you playing on the phone?
No, see, when I was in Georgia, that's what she's referring to. It was me playing on the phone, sure enough, because she always does that, but she was talking
Anthony,
to my
that was
cousin.
different.
Not me.
That's not your number. Your Honor, I can show you my phone with the same number where he this is.
But I believe you. I believe you.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
had too many details. I want to go back to when you got together.
When we got together?
Yeah. How long did you know him before you let him move in with his 2 garbage
Not
bags
long.
full of clothes?
Not long at all. I was foolish. I was very foolish. But
And when that woman rolled up on you in the driveway and was blaring her horn and hollering at him, why was that not a signal to
But
run?
that was a red flag there, and I was foolish enough. It wasn't even 2-3 months. Now, this was one of the ex-wives. Mind you, he was still currently married to the woman before me in the process of going through a divorce.
And that was the ex-wife before her?
That was the one before her. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. He was living with that one.
He was living with the ex?
The one that came to my driveway. But the one
But
that
there was a marriage in the middle that he was still in.
Right, he was in the process of getting divorced. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Mitchell, how come you have 6 ex-wives?
I like being married. I want a wife. But, and I mean, after my first wife, it was like, I guess it was more so on me, trying to find anybody like her because I dated her ever since the 7th grade. And I take fault for the ones in between, even a little bit of this one. But I didn't base our marriage on my past relationships at all. I do want a wife, not this one, but I do want a wife.
Wow, not this
I,
one.
And I tend to do right by my wife.
But you don't want me, but he consistently texts me. I'm telling you.
And playing on your phone and carrying on, I got you.
When Divorce Court continues, what leads Angela to walk through a nightclub in her pajamas?
I'm really just in my lounging stuff, probably house shoes. I'm going through the club looking crazy because I'm looking for my husband.
Everyone warned you about marrying your mate. If divorce is the only solution, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court is back with the case of Angela Mitchell, who claims her husband lies to her every chance he gets. But have Angela's anger issues driven Anthony to be deceitful?
She stormed through the door, and the first thing she said, everybody get out of my house. Rapping and raging, I'm like, next thing I know, all the power goes off. She done shut all the power off.
Why don't you tell me about when you caught him at a club and lied about having his own place? What was that?
So he comes home and he says, he gets his little haircutting bag and everything. I'm gonna go hang out with one of my boys and I'm gonna go cut hair. So I'm like, okay, you know, I think that number, go cut your hair, go hang out with your boy, whatever. So I leave to go drop some movies off, Your Honor. And I'm not following him, behind him. I'm at the movie place and the club is right across the street. I promise you, something came over me and said, your husband is in that club. I can't explain what it was. So I'm like, no, you know, it was a strong feeling. So something said, drive through the parking lot. So I drive through the parking lot and something said, go to the back. Well, I go to the back and sure enough, his little car parked in the back, all hid. So I get out and I go inside and I ask the people, I say, do you mind if I walk through the club? I am not here to party. I just want to do a walkthrough. I just want to do a walkthrough. Let me finish. So, you know, because I'm not there, I'm not dressed up or nothing. I'm really just in my lounging stuff, probably house shoes. I'm going through the club looking crazy because I'm looking for my husband. So I'm walking through. Who do I see at the bar with his little bottle sitting with it? And I tapped him politely on his shoulder and said, excuse me. So this is where you cut hair at. And he looked at me with them big, you crazy, you crazy, you crazy. So I left. I did leave. I left and I drove around and I was very hurt. I was upset about I was very upset and I left. And when I come home, here he come out the house with his clothes. He's leaving me. And I was very upset and I can tell you that night, I rammed into the back of his car and I tried to tear it up.
That wasn't over a club.
Mr. Mitchell, what's your version of that event?
The problem with Angela, Your Honor, is she's too controlling. Let me tell you, there was a time that she went to Kansas City to the World's Fund.
Right.
She's supposed to stay overnight, but she decided to come home early. So what I do to entertain myself was I invited friends over from work, my boss, co-workers and stuff like that. We played poker for a quarter, just nice little friendly game. You know, we had a few drinks, you know, food and stuff like that. And who storms through the door? Her. She stormed through the door, and the first thing she said, everybody get out of my house. Rapping and raging, I'm like, oh man, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it.
That's not what happened.
So I went upstairs, I talked to her for a little while, came back down, she's still upset. Start back playing poker. Next thing I know, all the power goes off. She done shut all the power off.
I did do that, but that's not how it happened. I did, we had went
and
to
she talks about me lying about where I'm going, I have to, because if I say, hey, I'm going out here, have a drink with my friends at the bar, watch the game, she come unglued. So I would have to lie to her about where I'm going in order to go somewhere.
Your Honor, at that point, he had been cheating so much. Previously to that, I didn't care what he did, who he did it with. And furthermore, if you married, why do you have to continue to hang out with your boys? What is, I don't mind. But it's not your boys that you hanging out with. It's your exes. It's other women.
When Divorce Court continues, Anthony has a unique way of packing up and leaving his wife.
Instead of going to the closet to see if his clothes were missing. I went to the drawer to see if trash bags were missing. Because if the trash bags were gone, that meant he was gone.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @DivorceCourt. Divorce Court returns with the case of Angela Mitchell, who complains that her husband hangs out and parties with his friends way too much. But does Anthony really have his priorities out of whack?
The bills weren't getting paid. But you steady coming up in here, G'd up.
What do you mean the bill wasn't
looking
getting paid?
like you 18 years old.
At the end of the day, Mr. Mitchell, I understand that you believe that Mrs. Mitchell is jealous of you simply because you are so fine.
No,
Seriously?
No, what you were coming on is like...
Jealous.
What Angela was coming on, Yanni, is that things like... I came to my house one day and I had on a long jersey. You know, it was like with baggy pants, stuff like that. She got mad because she said, look at you, look like a young thug. You ain't young, you don't need wearing stuff like that. You sure wear stuff like that. Anything I do, she would complain about it.
The bills weren't getting paid. But you steady coming up in here, G'd up.
What do you mean the bill wasn't getting paid?
Looking like you 18 years old. There was, you understand?
But whose job was it to actually pay the bills? To write out the check, though?
Both of us. I had the checking account. Everything was always provided for him. Mr. Disappear on payday. Every payday.
Okay.
How can I disappear? You show up at the job every day.
Payday. What got me one time is when I upgraded my car. I upgraded my car. I didn't need to. He's a car salesman. I was fine with my little car I had, but he went, oh, honey, you need this car, da-da-da-da. So I get the car, and then when it was time to pay the tax, this is payday. I work overnight. I come home to find out my husband left me. That broke me so bad, but I took him back again. Payday, what I started doing, instead of every 2 weeks, instead of going to the closet to see if his clothes were missing, I went to the drawer to see if trash bags were missing. Because if the trash bags were gone, that meant he was gone.
Mr. Mitchell, you say she's selfish.
Yes, because this car that she said that I said that she needed, she didn't. But anyway, she bought this car, and I got it financed for her. I talked to lenders and everything like that because I am in the car business to get it done for her because her credit was not up to par yet. But anyway, even when she got this car, instead of her say, okay, honey, here's your set of keys and here's this is my set of keys, she kept both sets of keys. I had no access to that car at all except to wash it or put gas in it.
What?
Exactly.
So wait, to wash or put, first of all,
put gas
where
in
he
it.
worked at, it was a free car wash.
But
he
you
didn't
could
have
come
to
there.
wash it. I could drive it.
No.
That was part of the deal
No.
of getting that car, that you could always come there and
get a free car wash.
get a free car. To put gas in it, tell me when, where, and when did you ever put gas in my car?
All the time.
Oh, I just
You
don't.
would call me. You would call me randomly after we separated, saying you need gas or you need something to eat. Am I right about that? Oh yeah.
I really can't believe what he's saying right
She
now.
can't even go to my job.
So your main complaint, the reason you left her, the reason you got up, would get the garbage bags and fill them up and go, would be what? I mean, what was she?
Her thing is, when I came back and I moved back in with her, her thing was being, she's so mentally disturbed to where she would say, one day she would say, I love you, this and that, and we're gonna make this work, we're just gonna have it. The next day she said that she don't want to be married. She don't want to do this or she don't want to do that. So I got tired of the back and forth with her. One day it's okay, one day it's not.
That's not true.
That's how she is.
Your Honor, I'm gonna tell you about this. When he had his place, because he had just recently, it was a situation, he had his place and I had my place, and I wanted it that way. I really did. I told him, I said, we need some time apart. I want us to be apart because I need you to, whatever is going on with you, you are so insecure. You use women as accessories. You feel like you have to go from bedpost to bedpost. Let's take some time apart. I need to know that you're gonna work on this marriage. Get whatever you got in you, get it out of you. But if you need to hang with your boys, if you need to, do that from your place. So when we do reconcile, we will work on this marriage and we will be one. We will be committed to one person.
When Divorce Court continues, has Anthony stooped to an all-time low?
I recently lost my son. That particular day, he's blowing my phone up, blowing my phone up. I felt like he's like, I need to come be with you tonight. Be with me for what? It was a sexual thing to me.
Divorce Court returns with the case of Anthony Mitchell, who has been married 6 times, and Angela Mitchell, who says it's time for her husband to start looking for number 7.
Tell me what the final straw is.
This is my final straw. My final straw is that I recently lost my son, okay?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That particular day, he's blowing my phone up, blowing my phone up. I felt like he's like, I need to come be with you tonight. Be with me for what? It was a sexual thing to me. The other thing was there's this car, this loan that I have. After I got back, I called to check the status of this loan to see, is he making the payments? Because when he falls behind, they come after the dependable one, me,
Right.
the one that's gonna make the payments. The woman tells me, I'm so sorry for your loss. Anthony told me he wasn't able to keep up on his payments because he had to attend his son's funeral.
Mr. Mitchell, your response?
That is a lie. I never told anybody anything about attending my son's
How did the
funeral
lady know about my
or
son?
talk to the lady about the car.
How did this lady know about my son
What
passing?
about the rest of it? Did you call, for a one-nighter when
No, I wasn't calling for that. Anytime I call her, or anytime I did call her, I want to talk to her, or get with her, she always thinks it's about sex because that's what it ends up always being.
Your Honor, it is.
But see, here's the thing of it is, Your Honor, I'm not the one that initiates sex all the time.
Okay. Why don't you tell me about the $1,500 you want for
All right, this
the
is
car?
where I'm at with this loan. This is a loan that has been over 7 years. And what happened was this man, he's a manipulator. He knows all about the car business. I had no idea. I'm the co-signer on the loan. So over a period of time, which I can give you evidence, it's a matter over 7 years, payments that I have made when he falls behind. I had gotten the people down to where they were going to take the interest off, and I had gotten them down to $50 a month payments. I called before we came to the show just to find out where Anthony is on this car loan. And this is the last payment he made was around the time my son passed. The car got repossessed. So once they repossessed it, I guess there's a balance left on it that you have to pay, and then they add interest to it. I don't understand how this grown man, able-bodied, why can't you make $50 a month payment and go ahead and pay that loan off? What is taking so long?
Mr. Mitchell, what would you like to say about that?
And for me making payments, I do make payments because they garnish my wages for payments. From what they told her, I don't know what they told her.
They told me the
but
last
they do
payment
make
you
wages.
made was March 11th. That was during the time.
Are you
that
currently making payments?
No.
And you know what? I hate I call them people. Because now that they have my information, you can trust and believe
They'll come for
that
you.
they're getting ready to
for
come for me
Yeah.
now.
I got you. Mr. Mitchell, I think you have an image of what you want for a wife, but that's not what a wife really is. That's why you're never satisfied with the ones that you get. I think you like to be taken care of, not financially so much, but the care and love that women bring to a relationship. I think you enjoy that, but I'm not sure if you're able to give in return what they need in order to remain happy and stable in that union. And I'm not sure if that's true or not, but you've got 6 marriages under your belt at 42. Something's going wrong, and it would behoove you to figure out what it is, would it not? It really would. No, you knew that.
I know.
You had a guy, you met him, he comes over with some trash bags and followed by a woman in a car. You knew it wasn't good. You knew it wasn't right. Let me say this. I would award you the money because I think you do the money, but you're not out the money yet, and I don't know that you are going to be out the money.
Okay.
All I can do is award you your freedom and say, go forth. And don't look back. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
We were unable to reach Angela for her update, but Anthony states that though he has not seen Angela since the show, they have talked and the lines of communication are open between them. He also states that he has moved on and plans to file for divorce.
today on Divorce Court.
Me and Tyler were getting high. Now we just have different ideas of what fun is.
Before I decided to get clean, we were spending every dollar we had on drugs. I'm guilty of turning a blind eye. It is time to put my foot down, and it might have to be time to move on.
My family doesn't like my relationship with Tyler.
I think it's a lot easier for them to look at me and say, because of the color of his skin, he's the reason that she is turning into the person she is, when I really, really want to save my girlfriend's life. If she thinks that by leaving me, she can become sober and that is what's going to make her happy, I fully support that.
Tyler, I hope you don't give up on me.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Samantha Jackman and Tyler Critchlow. The two of you have been together for 5 years. This is a before your vows. You want to get married, but you're having some issues, so you've come to me for some advice. You gave me your marriage license. You've also given me a compatibility test. So I'm going to sit down, talk to you about why you love each other, but what the problems are. I'm going to start with you, Ms. Jackman. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your union and why you're here today?
Well, I am here today because, honestly, I am an addict. Where I come in with him is he has gotten clean and sober. I'm here today because it's the last chance. I've been playing cat and mouse with addiction for a long time, and we can't be together if just one of us is clean and one's not. It just doesn't work.
Were you both using together?
Yes, we were.
Were you using before you met him?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Tell me how that started. What road did you go down?
Well, I went down a bad road. I've always been, I'll say independent, a loner. So when I started out using K2, it's not the drug I'm using now.
K2 is like a synthetic drug. It's like chemicals, and it can be pretty much anything, just whoever's cooking it.
Yeah, and I got addicted to that, and I went to him pretty much. He called me, and I needed something familiar. He said he wasn't gonna let me go, because I was
When you say you went to him, I'm not quite sure what you mean.
He called me one day when I was having a rough day, and I never answered the phone. I didn't like to talk to people knowing what I was doing. I was embarrassed, and I just felt in a bad place. And I picked up his phone call, and he asked to hang out. When I went to hang out with him, because we had met each other in high school, I wasn't the same person. So he literally looked at me and said, "I'm not gonna let you leave my side until, I get you better."
Mr. Critchlow, is that accurate? Is that what happened?
Yes, Judge, except for the fact that she left out. I started using with her. For all the applause that people gave me, I fell right back down the road.
Had you been using before you met her?
I've used in the past. I had started trying to get myself a little bit better at the time, not 100% there yet. But with her, I kind of let myself fall in an excuse, and that kind of started our road down to why we're here now.
I got you. So tell me about the trajectory of your relationship.
Tyler's an amazing person. One of his flaws, I think, through being literally with him every single day for 5 years, except when we had to be apart, it gets me angry when he puts other people's feelings before his own. But in the long run, I think that's what I love most about him. He's very caring. On the negative side, no matter what I need, anything, he'll get it for me. So like, when I would be sick, he'd come to my saving grace pretty much. But
were you concerned about getting involved with somebody who had the same weakness as you did? But was she so pretty? You just
for the most part, Judge, yeah, she's beautiful. I thought I had a handle on it. I thought I could, lack of a better term, control my own destiny, and it didn't matter who I was with or what I was doing.
So did you pursue her, or was it pretty much, because it seems that you recall, well, she called, You my woman, that's it. It couldn't have been like that.
No,
High
it started in high school. She had a boyfriend at the time. I transferred to the same high school as her my senior year. And I mean, I pursued her every day. I would text her all the time and call her. She never gave me the time of day. She wasn't that type of woman. I kind of was in the badder kid in high school, I suggest. And she was kind of like the goody two-shoes, didn't do anything wrong, stayed in school. And it wasn't until that summer that I finally was like, you know, I'm gonna try and call her again and see what's up, that I realized she came and met up with me, and I realized the path she was going down. I saw this beautiful girl that I saw in high school pretty much in the same level as me. And I didn't agree with it, and I thought in my head, I put it as I can save her. I can show her that that life's not for you, and in doing that, I kind of got wrapped up in my own issues.
Ms. Jackman, do you think you pulled him back into an addiction? I mean, I don't want it like as a guilt thing, but are you concerned that your using enticed him to do that?
Honestly, yes, because at the time, since I wasn't that close with him, he actually went to dump all the K2 out of the bag, and I started bawling. I told him not to do it, and he was like, I said, I don't care if you do it with me, but I'm gonna,
but leave me alone.
Do
Don't
it.
take
Yeah,
my drugs.
I'm gonna do it either way. So he was right. He had quit doing it, but he's pretty much said, screw it.
Okay. So during the course of this relationship, you became a bit of a Bonnie and Clyde, and at one point managed to steal $23,000 from a bank. So I have got to know how you two managed that.
We were at the bank, and I just found out, we were in the car, we were getting ready to leave. An armored car just so happened to back out before us to leave, and their back door was open.
And what transpired after that? So, Ms. Jackman, tell me about the $23,000 heist.
Well, I would like to think of it as just luck, because we were at the bank. I actually went to pull out the last $25 in my savings account, which would mean I would be closing it down. So I went and did that because a bag K2 was exactly $25. And we were at the bank, and I just found out, we were in the car, we were getting ready to leave. An armored car just so happened to back out before us to leave, and their back door was open. So Tyler, being the opportunist he is, he said that he's going to jump out of the car and jump in theirs. And I said, if you do that, then you're not getting back in mine. So he's like, you're right. And literally just after he said that, I looked over, and there was a brick in the street. And I saw the armored car there at a stop sign, and they went to slowly pull forward, and it leaves the view of this brick. So I asked him, what is that? And I drive up to it, and we look out the door, and it's a big brick of money. And so we looked, we picked it up and took off.
And what transpired after that?
Went and got high.
Yeah.
That was the first thing we did. And then I had this great plan that we were gonna figure out how to leave the state. But in doing that, I made a mistake, and I decided to go shopping, went to the mall. I spent quite a bit of money, I bought a watch and some things like that.
That's an arrest me flag, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You just say,
exactly.
oh!
I went in there with all 20s, like $3,000. So they kind of knew right away. And we had, lack of a better term, we had somebody who worked at the bank who knew who I was, knew who she was, said that they saw us. We were never going to get away with it. They just kind of let us have our fun with it for a second, and then decided to just take us to jail.
And you both did jail time for it, correct? What was the ironic part? You have to tell me that. The ironic part. If you had only turned it in, what did you find out would have happened to you?
It is called a finder's keeper's fee, and if we would have turned it in, we would have got 10%. So we would have got back exactly, or we would have got to keep exactly what we spent.
23,000 sound a lot nicer than 2,300.
We did not know
the law.
know about this. Otherwise, we probably would have went that
Free money ain't ever free. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as a free lunch. I mean, and I know you were addicts at the time, and to discuss logic is silly on my part because you're not thinking logically. You're thinking with I gotta, and you have an opportunity.
The craziest thing was she sat in jail longer than me because she refused to testify against me. They told her she could walk out that day if she just said, you know, black man made me do it. So they told her, you know, if you don't want to testify, you can sit in here. And I actually bonded out while she was still in jail. She did 2 months for me, 60 days in jail for me.
I've been in love before, but I'd be singing like a canary. I ain't gonna lie, because it was his idea. I ain't suffering for your stupidity, especially when I tell you not to do it, but that's just me. Okay. That having said, I want to move forward. This is not only is this a story about drugs and money, this is a story about sex as well, because at some point you cheated on him and there was a revenge cheat involved. So I'm going to go there next and figure out where we go from there.
I called her back and she gave me the phone number for the guy she was seeing, and I called him. I kind of just told him, like, you realize, like, as soon as I get out of jail, like, she's gonna be back with me. I mean, you've only known her for 2 weeks. So when you got out, did she immediately come back to you? So tell me about your cheating on Mr. Critchlow.
He was, at the time, in jail to get off probation, and he left his phone, and I had never done I didn't put myself in any of the getting the drugs, so I had never messed with that. But when he left his phone and had introduced me to this drug, I kind of took it upon myself to, you know, use his phone to get the numbers to do it. This kid I knew got it for me, but then he also used with me.
Sure.
And then after that, it was 2 weeks, and he told me he loved me, and I fish took him in, kind of. Just until, you know, Tyler
Just until he got out.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of a loan, does that terrify you?
No and yes. Being alone terrifies me in the way, you know, not to have someone pick me back up type thing.
Because
you know,
the
when
way
I do
you
fail,
describe, well, I gotta hook this one in until that one gets out, as if existing on your own is really not an option. Have you ever talked to anybody about what's not happening drug-wise in your head, but happening in your head altogether? Because I understand you also have anorexia.
yes.
See, so something's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you ever talked to anybody about what's happening unrelated to that?
Nobody but Tyler. Nobody I haven't talked to.
He's a nice guy, but he's not qualified.
Right.
You
I
get
just
that?
feel like I get told the same thing from everybody, you know, and me, I kind of feel like, you know, I know what's best, even though on the outside looking in, I absolutely don't. I have no idea.
You don't know what's best. You got that?
Not at all.
You don't know what's best. Mr. Critchlow, tell me about how you found out about the cheat and what did you do in response there too?
So I was in jail, as she said, and I picked up the phone, was calling her just like I do every single morning. She answers the phone and she immediately tells me how she hates me. She hates my family. She doesn't want anything to do with me. And I'm just kind of blown away at this point. I'm like, what the hell happened, you know? I called her back and she gave me the phone number for the guy she was seeing, and I called him. And he pretty much told me the truth, everything that had been going on. And I kind of just told him, like, you realize, like, as soon as I get out of jail, like, she's gonna be back with me. Like, I can guarantee you she doesn't love you. I mean, you've only known her for 2 weeks. So
when you got out, did she immediately come back to you?
The day I got out.
The day you got out.
The night I got out, actually, she called me like a million times, and I was trying to act like I was mad and didn't want anything to do with her. But I answered in the morning, and yeah, we saw each other the day I got out.
So you knew he was like a place card. He was just holding your spot until you could get back out.
Absolutely.
Did you revenge cheat on her?
Yeah, I did.
When someone is an addict and is afflicted, the entire family becomes afflicted because it's not something that you go through alone. Your whole family goes through it with you. My understanding is that your mother believes that he's the reason that you're an addict. So I want to talk to her. So we're here talking to the two of you about your addiction, and as I said, all the family becomes afflicted, and your mother is here, and she does have something she would like to say. So I'm going to bring Ms. Deborah Jackman out. Ms. Jackman, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. I know it's not a proceeding one would enjoy as a parent.
No, it's not.
However, given the epidemic in this country, you are far from alone, and I hope you understand that. What do you think Mr. Critchlow's role is in your daughter's affliction?
It just seems as though since they met, that's when Samantha has gotten worse and worse. I mean, before they met, she was going to college, she had a job, she had a car, her life was going in a good direction. Mm-hmm. And it just seems very coincidental to me that when Tyler started coming around, she lost her job, her car, or she dropped out of college.
It's my understanding that she was using before she met Tyler. Were you aware of that?
No. Well, to an extent, but nothing like what's transpired since.
Is there a possibility that she was further down the road than you believe and he just joined her?
I'm beginning to realize that may be the case. I mean, Tyler and I have had a very tumultuous relationship because I've always blamed him for Samantha's addiction. Mm-hmm.
So what do you believe his role is? Even, given the new information that you have, you still think he has some culpability. Explain the level of culpability and why you believe it's his.
Well, I don't know for a fact, but I feel like it's his friends that have gotten her more and more down this road.
Could I speak for a second,
Yes,
Judge?
go right ahead, Mr. Critchlow.
I feel like a lot of her anger towards me as an individual doesn't have a lot to do with my actions or my friends or who I am. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that the culture I live in, the color of my skin, the color of my friend's skin.
What culture do you live in?
Being black in Iowa.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of a different situation.
Right.
By no means do I think that she's a racist or a bigot by any means, but I think just the type of lifestyle that me and my friends would entertain while we were having fun, I think that she used that as fuel to kind of present all these problems as my fault.
And while we're talking about all this drama, we do have to make it clear about who did what to whom when. And it is my understanding, Mr. Critchlow, you did introduce her to the harder stuff. You introduced her to heroin.
Yes, I did.
We are going to adjourn this matter and reconvene. This matter's adjourned. Let's say he had a little mix-up, went to jail for 6 months. You find you another dude till he got out?
She came to my office begging for money, and she said, "Mom, if you don't give it to me, I'm gonna go out to the car and get you the letter that I wrote you to say goodbye, because I'm gonna kill myself."
Now, I would like to bring into this courtroom Mr. Ken Seeley. He is an interventionist from the show Intervention.
Sam, I am begging you to get help. I firmly believe that if you don't, you're gonna die.
We aren't done yet. In fact, we're just getting started.
Judge, today's case is Unbreak My Heart.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not sure what you're about to see. All I know for sure is we are all in for one heck of a ride.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toler presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Michael Beaumi and Jolene Beaumi, the two of you. Are you ready, Nick?
I don't know.
They've been together 8 years.
Okay.
Married for 7 years.
Okay.
When they came here, we told them that they were actually divorced and didn't know it. They had filed for divorce 7 times and didn't know the last one went through. But when they came out here, we do our homework and figure out where you really are, and told you this morning you were actually divorced, which was news to you.
Amen.
Yes. Be that as it may.
That's a first, I think.
Mr. Beaumi, you're seeking $150 from Mrs. Beaumi, and we will talk about that momentarily. But before we do, Mrs. Beaumi, I'm going to start with you. Tell me what happened.
I do not love him. I don't have any respect for him.
Wow.
I want to be sure this divorce is absolute, and I am just finished with him. And he's disrespectful, very disrespectful. He uses the N-word. Right?
Never.
Okay, today in the vehicle on the drive over here, right in front of the driver.
Never.
So he lies a lot also. That's a lie. He's disrespectful in the manner of, my mom passed away in 2017.
Yo.
She was my everything.
Right.
My best friend. He didn't stay for my eulogy. He left within 15 minutes. He didn't go to the dinner. He had the opportunity, because he knew I would be gone for the day, to cheat on me, and that is exactly what he did.
Mr. Beaumi, let me ask you this. Did you not come to the sermon and to the repast afterwards for her mother?
This is a simple story.
Okay.
I'm a 50-year-old man. I've been to 2 wakes of my life.
Right.
I went to this wake with my dad and a friend that was going to Texas. My dad has never met her mom.
Okay.
So we stayed there and listened to the pictures that her father had up on it. It was sad. It was sad.
Yeah.
And this guy was going to Texas, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, so he had to leave. I went and paid my respects in the line that I guess that's where you go through.
Right.
And I left. I didn't know the protocol to this type of...
You shouldn't have left my
what do you
side
mean
for a month
protocol?
straight.
Your wife lost her mother. You hang with her. You just stay. You know what I mean? There's no protocol about that. That's just you stay with your woman.
I mean, that's true.
I mean, wasn't she upset and crying and all that?
Well, I took care of my 98-year-old grandmother for 1.5 years, and my son was over there taking care of her, who didn't have a clue. And I was going to that situation. I messed up because my dad actually should have done it, because that's our only son. This is a big story.
Yeah, I got you.
But let's get to the real facts.
Well, what is the real factor?
My wife's a cheater. She's been a cheater since the day I met her.
I'm not a cheater. He's been cheating on me from day one. He told me the night that we got married, you just married someone so gay. Wow. Okay? And he said he's been cheating on me from day one.
Did you tell her that?
Yes.
Never.
He's a liar, Your Honor.
Your Honor, this dude called the hotel last night that she's cheating on me with.
I'm not cheating on you. We're divorced.
Last night.
Oh, you didn't know there was more to know. You didn't know till we told you this morning.
Your Honor, last night, where she goes, she's playing, I went to Georgia, she was loving me last night like you wouldn't believe. I made love to her last night. This lady's nuts. She's absolutely nuts.
He just wants to put that on camera so that my boyfriend would hear it.
You know what?
It's
This
a
is
lie.
ridiculous.
I never did.
You just called this other dude your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, her boyfriend.
But you didn't know that you were not married to him until we told you this morning.
We've never even lived in the same apartment longer than 3 weeks. When he does sleep over, all I hear is him moaning and groaning in ecstasy about sex that he's had, but me and him haven't had it for months. What are you moaning and groaning about?
Your Honor, I made love to her last night, but let me share something to you about something.
Pure gross ecstasy.
Let me share
He's
this to you.
doing all them sounds.
I passed a lie detector test about cheating. All right?
With women.
Hold on. And so now she thinks I'm gay. Now she thinks I'm a gay dude.
Right.
Well,
Never ever do I ever want to sleep with a man.
He's not.
I love women. This is funny. It's not funny. It's sad. This is a sad day. My wife is going to be lost.
It's the happiest day of my life.
We'll see about that.
Let me ask you this. You wrote something in your paperwork other than the fact that you just now found out that you were divorced, which blew my mind.
She said I'm going to
But you said, no. You said something really fascinating to me. You said he was the guy that you went to
Yes, I did.
vent about your last marriage, and then one day you looked up and you were married to him.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Because he swept me off my feet acting like something that he's not. He pretended to be Father of the Year and, so nice and loving and kissing me and hugging me. But now it's, I'll dump you like a hot potato, shows off in front of his son, cuts me off if I'm talking, just treats me like dirt. It's not what I want. I'm so unhappy, Your Honor. I am so happy to hear that news I could cry.
Your Honor.
That's how happy I am that
let
I'm
me ask you a
divorced.
question. You told a story about coming home one day and her ex being on the bed. Tell me what happened.
That's a lie.
She wouldn't answer the
That's
door.
a lie.
She wouldn't answer the door.
That's a lie.
Let him finish. Go ahead.
She
What
wouldn't
happened?
answer the door. I'm not gonna. I went down to one place.
lie.
The first guy she cheated on with three different exes. All three of them. Okay?
Okay.
The first time I
did.
went down and got her out of the apartment, her mother said to me, "Do you love her?" I said, "Yeah." "Do you forgive her?" I said, "Yeah." "We'll move on." She said to me just the other day, "I cheated on you 10 times with that dude." Wow. 10 times. Never have I ever cheated on this woman, as Lord is my witness. Never.
Did you
That's
cheat
funny.
on him 10 times with this one guy?
I've been seeing my ex-boyfriend
For a minute.
for a minute.
2 minutes after we got married.
That's a lie.
She's calling me like I'm deaf. She says, "You're old."
Who wants to be with someone that fakes it and says what all the time when they can hear you? He does it to antagonize me.
He fakes deafness?
Yeah, like he'll fake like over the phone. It's so annoying and frustrating. What? Look at him laughing. It's not funny.
Did either one of you ever give this a good, honest try?
Me.
Yeah, over
Me.
and over, Your Honor.
You tell me
Where's
what
the
you
camera?
tried, then you tell me what you tried. Mr. Beaumi, tell me.
I mean, me. Last night she was on the plane. She said she was nauseous. I'm rubbing her temples. I felt bad for her. I never loved this woman. Nobody has ever loved her like me. Ever. I stand by my convictions. I'm a true man to this woman. She's done nothing but diss me, Your Honor, since the damn. She's calling me like I'm deaf. She says, "You're old."
Who wants to be with someone that fakes it and says what all the time when they can hear you? He does it to antagonize me.
He fakes deafness?
Yeah, like he'll fake like over the phone. It's so annoying and frustrating. What? Look at him laughing. It's not funny.
You're
I
right.
said, I feel
So
sorry.
he pretends he doesn't hear you.
I feel sorry for your next girlfriend that has to put up with this nonsense.
I love
he
my next
drinks,
girlfriend.
And he's annoying.
She's gonna be in heaven.
It'll be a man.
Do you have another? Do you have another?
I never, no. I've never ever disrespected her, ever.
What is the most concrete evidence you have that he actually stepped out on you?
None.
The moaning and groaning dreams is my proof.
Well, tell me about that.
He'll be awake doing it.
Gently.
Oh.
Tell me that story. What do you mean?
He
Does he call another woman's name during an intimate moment? What are we talking about
smiling
here?
and just in ecstasy. I just
Well,
can't
how do you
even
know he's not
describe
dreaming
it.
about you?
Because we don't have intimacy like that.
I
Maybe
made love to her
once a
last night,
month.
Your Honor. I'll repeat that again.
You've told me a few times.
Maybe one.
I do know. You got some last night. I'm clear.
No, it's not about getting some. It's about what she wanted.
I know. And that happened, right, Mrs. Beaumi? That did happen.
I plead the fifth, but I want to talk about how disrespectful he is to my children. He'll drive by the school that she misses so badly on purpose just to make her feel bad. He'll drive by McDonald's knowing my 14-year-old loves McDonald's and say, "Oh, I was going to take you there." Then why didn't you?
Mr. Beaumi, is that
I just spent $50 at Taco Bell the other day for her and her family. I just bought a $300 phone for her daughter the other day because it got stolen.
He did. Fighting for me.
I've done nothing but take care of her.
That's why I ask that I would continue the spousal support because he has very
Spousal
much
support?
so been taking care of me, and I depend on it.
Now, you just called him every nasty name in the book.
He does only that. He's only financially, that's all he does. That's it. He's a walking ATM machine with no feelings.
Why do you say he has no feeling?
Because he doesn't. He does not. He lies. He said, "I never loved you. I don't love my
No,
son.
that's what you
I
said.
don't love my grandmother. I don't love anyone." He's a narcissistic person.
That's what she said. A narcissistic. I took care of my 98-year-old
And said,
grandmother
"I don't
for a
love
year
her.
and a
I
half,
don't love you.
so
I
she
don't
didn't
love
have to
my
live
son.
in a
I don't
nursing
love
home.
anybody."
Do you know what she's talking about? Those are some grand statements over there. Did you ever make any statement akin to "I don't love anybody"?
Never.
Why is it sad?
I'm gonna tell you why.
He
it's sad.
tries to make people
Because
I want to know why it's sad.
It's sad because I've never loved anybody like I love this
Yeah, okay.
woman. Never. And
That's
this
not
is
love.
this is a sad day in her life. Not mine.
It's a sad day in my life.
It is a sad day.
I'm missing out, right?
You are missing out.
If you would like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms, and for exclusive content, go to Apple TV.
I tell her she's beautiful, the most beautiful thing on the planet. And when she's down on herself, I mean, look at her. She is beautiful. Last night, she was I love you. She calls the dude and says, I'm in Georgia with me. She calls the guy she cheated on me with and plays that song, Midnight Train to Georgia, about me. I mean, we're talking about nuts here. I've forgiven this woman for everything she's done to me.
Okay,
Did you play Midnight Train to Georgia to the dude that you were cheating on him with before you made love to him?
You better believe it.
Wow.
Your Honor, wait a minute, hold on. Can I please just say this real quick?
Go ahead.
You know, my family, her children, every single buddy on the planet knows that I don't cheat. Her father loves me. Her mother loved me. She knows I'm sarcastic. Yeah, I got that. So she takes my sarcasm as, like, real. Uh-huh. Because I'm a jokester.
When it's clear that you're being sarcastic.
Obviously. So, I mean, but she takes that. Like she's accused me of cheating so many times, Your Honor. I say, yeah, I cheat. I cheat. Every minute.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. You said he ruined Christmas. How did he ruin Christmas?
That was another one.
Here's a good one.
Okay, he gives me all the money for the Christmas gifts and everything, and he does this on a regular basis. He'll bring me food and leave for a couple of days. Like, he buys his way into my life.
Keep going,
keep Christmas, he'll buy all the gifts and everything, but he'll lay on the bed like a miserable Grinch, trying to ruin everybody else's day.
So he's grinching on the couch.
Yeah.
Is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
The couch you can't even get to.
How does one Grinch on the couch?
It's bed, huh?
How does one Grinch on the couch?
Just mad, like mean and ruining Christmas.
Do you know what she's talking about?
Your Honor, let me tell you something. You can't even get to the couch because it's so.
He said he don't like Christmas.
It looks like
but he bought all the presents.
I buy everything. I don't only buy everything, I cook everything, I clean everything. I mean, just the other day, I couldn't even get in the kitchen without cleaning it.
Wow. Does he cook and clean?
No, he hasn't cooked in than 6 months.
I just cooked the other day. I made chicken parmesan.
You've had a boyfriend for a year.
Right, so I don't know what he's talking about.
I just made chicken parmesan the other day. She said she loved it.
At your house, you cooked it good for you. It was yummy.
I gave it to you. I mean, are you serious? Oh, wow. Your Honor, this is a classic comedy show here.
I don't think it's funny at all.
And it's sad. You know why it's sad?
I don't think he's funny.
Why is it sad?
I'm gonna tell you why it's sad.
He tries to make people
I want to know why it's sad.
It's sad because I've never loved anybody like I love this woman. Never. And this is a sad day in her life. Not mine.
See? How conceited can you be? It's a sad day in my life.
It is a sad day.
I'm missing out, right?
You are missing out.
I think you are, hon.
Okay. Now, Mr. Beaumi, you're seeking $150 for a bus pass.
No. No, check this out. And this is when my wife admits the truth, is when she gets caught. So I'm going through my stuff, and I had 28 bus passes, $5 of it, and she took them. She took them all.
You take the man's bus pass.
And you know why she took them? She took them to go visit the dude in prison that she's cheating on me with.
Do you know, Your Honor, can I speak?
Did you take his bus pass?
Please.
Yes. I'm answer my question first, and you say what you want.
But it's not $150. Do you know how many bus passes that would be?
Okay, how many bus passes did you take?
$5 times 30 is $150.
So you think I took 30? You have 30 bus passes?
I had 30 bus passes.
How many bus passes do you... I want you to
tell me the number. I still had 2.
And I ripped them up.
And she ripped them up because she wanted them.
He wouldn't let me have them. I don't have a car. And he wouldn't give me 2 bus passes that are worth $6. I ripped them up. Then you don't have them either. You don't
So how many bus passes did you have?
I had 30 bus passes.
You had 30? What? You had 30 bus passes?
Because I'm a vet, and every time I went there, I said, can you give me a few more? And they would do it.
Oh, okay. So, Ms. Beaumi, what were you dying to tell me?
They gave me 10 at a time.
You were going to tell me something. You don't remember, do you?
I'm to tell you that he will make me out to look like the big cheater, but in actuality...
You got a boyfriend!
3 of them!
No, Your Honor, but he told me to my face, I've been cheating on you from day one. What am I to do? Sit home and twiddle my thumbs waiting?
3 boyfriends. And when someone accuses you so many times, you should go do it. But I've never done it. And she cannot ever prove it.
Who do you
ever.
hear on this? Who do you hear accusing? Me or him?
I don't have to accuse you. I got
All you
facts.
hear is she's a cheater, she's a cheater.
You are
Did
a
you hear
cheater.
me say it? No, I'm not calling you a cheater. I know that you cheat on me.
She knows
Because
zero.
he makes the wrong noises when he sleeps.
He leaves in the middle of the night.
I leave.
The sounds. I don't need you. I'll drop you like a hot potato.
I got you. I understand.
And
I
show
see
off in
clearly.
front of people.
I know what's happening. Let me tell you all about it, Mr. Beaumi. I like you.
I like you too. I so like you.
Mrs. Beaumi, I like you too.
Thank you.
As crazy as you are, and you're a little left of center over there. You know, but I see what he sees in you. You're exciting. You're fun. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
Everything ain't going around all the way, but you're probably a very, very good time, Mr. Beaumier. I think you love this woman with all the passion and your whole entirely. Because ain't no way in the world you would stay with her
You better believe it.
if your heart was not so wound up, invested, and tested and rested in the vicissitudes of this woman's moods. Mrs. Beaumier, I don't know how you get away with it.
He don't pick me first. My daughter was sick, so sick that she needed IV. Do you want to know what this man did? He said, that's not my problem. My son has my car. You find your own way to get your daughter to the hospital.
Well, you should have got your boyfriend to take you.
Right.
I want Your Honor. Your Honor. My son's girlfriend brought me.
Stop it. I believe everything you said. I believe everything. Because everything she said didn't make sense. Nothing that she said made sense.
It still doesn't at home.
Yeah, you know what? You didn't get much. You found out you were divorced today. I think it broke your heart a little bit. You know, but I believe everything you told me. I believe you had those 30 passes. I believe she told him up $150 in favor of Mr. Beaumi. It is so ordered.
All right, I don't know whether to congratulate you or not, but we all just found out that you're officially divorced.
That's what I've been told.
All right, so is it time to move on, or will you fight to make this work?
I love the woman. We'll see what goes from there.
I mean, she's got the boyfriend, we know that.
Yeah,
Is this worth fighting for?
Like I said, I love her, so I have to look into myself for some peace.
I'd rather just be friends.
Okay. But do you think you can move on and be financially stable? I mean, you told us all that he kind of helped you out.
He does, but that's okay. I'll be okay.
Well, you're seeing another man. You have a boyfriend, correct?
Yes.
So what's next with him? You guys?
One day at a time.
Judge, this is the case of Drank Sinatra.
Thank you. Today we've got a case of drinking, cheating, breaks, and one baby. And I want to make sure that last thing, that baby, is okay.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toler presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Kayla Allen and Brian Vizueta. The two of you have been together 3 years, separated for the last 6 months. You have one child together. Ms. Allen, you are seeking monetary compensation from Mr. Vizueta for moving expenses, and we will get to that momentarily. But Ms. Allen, I'm going to start with you. Why are we here today?
Good morning, Judge. First off, Brian says that I'm a hoe and not a housewife. And the first thing is that, you know, this past Memorial Day weekend, I went with one of my best friends down to Orlando. Brian was invited to come on that trip. I even offered to pay for his way.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you know, he said he didn't want to go. So while I was down there, throughout the trip, I was kind of posting pictures with my best friend. And one day in particular, I went down to the bar because my friend was in the room talking to her boyfriend. And while at the bar, the bellboy offered to take me and my friend to downtown Orlando to see the area, you know. I took a Snapchat Snapchat video of downtown Orlando, but I didn't include my friend in the video. So because of that, the next thing you know, Brian's accusing me of sleeping with the bellboy and going home with him and not going back to the hotel room.
Mr. Bizzueta, do you think she was messing around with the bellboy?
I mean, yeah, there's proof.
Now, where's the proof?
When she came back, I had asked her, I confronted her about it, and she breaks down crying. So...
That's not what happened at all. So
mind you, there's other proof.
basically,
But I'm gonna get you. Did you fall out?
What happened was I gave him the whole phone. So he went through Snapchat, he went through Instagram, he went through Facebook. I was able to explain everything. But the one thing that I was very, in particular about, he wanted to read through my messages with my best friend. And I think that's an invasion of privacy. Why do you need to go through what I'm saying with my best friend? And he wanted to try to time track me to be able to coordinate and say, oh, well, you were here and you were there. So the message in particular that he's talking about, one of the messages said, okay, well, my friend said, okay, well, good night. And I had explained to him that she had sent that because I was taking too long downstairs at the bar to get back upstairs. But as she sent that message, I walked into the room.
Did what you see bother you, and why did it bother you?
If we're working things out, you shouldn't be hiding stuff at all.
Well, what was she hiding? I mean, did she let you go through the phone?
Yes.
Sort of, yeah.
Sort of, yeah. That's a yes. Yeah. What did you see that said, aha, she's doing the wrong thing?
Because at that time, I had asked her, who'd you go out with? Oh, just my friend. Come to find out, there's a dude in the picture now, out of nowhere. And then that's when I tell her, look, if we're working things out, you shouldn't be hiding stuff. So
the reason why...
That's already a red flag for me.
If we're working things out, were things already rocky?
Of course.
Why were things rocky?
She had stepped out.
What now? Is that true?
No. So the issue with regards to that is the timing. So basically what happened was I moved out at the beginning of September because we basically had lost our way. Brian was not spending time at home. So it got to the point that I was like, maybe we just need space. So I moved out. And by the month of...
So you were on a break?
Yeah, but kind of break. No, no.
I hate breaks.
No. It wasn't like a break. I just moved out because things were... It was just very, it was a hostile...
You moved out and it wasn't a break?
No, it was a hostile environment, so I just wanted to get some space. So we were still, talking. We even went to, some counseling in October. But then what happened was...
she's still seeing some dude.
And then, but the guy that he's referring to, my coworker, we had to text basically, for work purposes. So what he's referring to was, come the end of October, around Halloween time, Brian and I kind of sort of agreed that we were going to go...
You were seeing him the entire time?
We were going to go... That's not what happened. But at the end of October, we both agreed that we were going to go on the break. And after we agreed to go on the break, in November was when I kind of sort of started going a little bit more with the guy, really talking to him, texting, keeping things kind of sort of casual, but
So you kind of drifted into a quasi-relationship while you were out of the house and on a break. Did I get that?
Yeah, yep. I did that, but he also did stuff.
Yeah, so. And we're gonna figure that out in a minute, Mr. Bizzueta. What did you learn about the nature of her relationship? When did you learn it, and what did you guys say about it?
She had come out when we were, not talking. She was like, hey, I'm gonna go out with coworkers. And it was this dude. I already called it out from the beginning. I was like, you don't have any other coworkers that live in Jersey that are gonna come pick you up? So there's that. So then, out of months later, she admits, yeah, we were texting. We went a couple of times, but just friends. All while the entire time we're going to therapy.
Okay.
So then that's when I told her, look, I'm not beat for this. I'm not here for that. I hope you get what you want. I'm just gonna contact you.
But I'm not the dude.
I'm just gonna contact you, the baby related, and that's it.
You say he tries to control you. I think I already know where you're gonna go with that one, but has he always been a jealous guy? Because he does tend to look through your phone and your Instagram and all that kind of stuff. Is he jealous?
I will say yes. Has things gotten progressively worse? Yeah. In particular, there's an ex from grade school that I was involved with. And he's also one of my really good friends, but only because of what Brian, he doesn't like him, so I only hang out with him really in a group setting. But one instance in particular, I had asked Brian to help me move the baby's furniture and my stuff into my new apartment. He basically told me, no, I'm not gonna help you. You can do that on your own. So I reached out to one of my friends because I didn't want to spend
Wait a minute, hold up. Your baby, right?
Yes, sir.
She's with your baby. And you ain't gonna help her get situated with your seed, with
It
your
sounds bad.
progeny.
It sounds bad, but...
Yes, it does.
I know. But my whole argument is, if she removed herself from our living space together, I don't want to interrupt, or I don't want to, inject myself into that.
Hold up. No. I'm gonna have a moment, and then I'm gonna let it go. At no time are you not responsible for the welfare of your children. At no time.
I understand.
I don't care if she goes to the moon. You're supposed to do your job with respect to that child. If she ain't stable, if she ain't right, and she's holding that baby and her legs are out from under her, she falls on top of the baby. That's your baby.
And
your
it wasn't her
baby.
alone.
Huh?
It wasn't her alone. She had a...
It doesn't matter. Was there another father?
No.
It was just you.
Yes, ma'am.
How could you not, like, even if she didn't ask you to help, it was like, you got my baby. You better be all right. You know what I'm saying?
I see that.
That's my 10 cents to the world. I don't understand it. You know, how attenuated a man could be from his own future. Woo! Let's say they were doing the mad nasty.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Were you doing the mad nasty?
After I found out, yeah.
If you want her to forgive you for that, can't you forgive her for the other thing? Why don't you tell me, other than the cheating, what is your main concern with her?
My main concern is her drinking.
How much does she drink?
Good amount, like, let's say a bottle.
A bottle? There are all kinds of bottles. They got the little ones, they got the big ones.
A 750 bottle. A
750?
A milliliter of?
It could be any liquor. She has no...
Are you a drinker, Ms. Allen?
So, I do drink.
Exactly. Yes.
But no. I'm not denying the fact that I drink. However, I drink, like, when I'm with my friends, it could be maybe, like, you know, like 3 or 4, like, wine coolers, or maybe we'll have, like, a bottle of wine, or, you know.
How many? Yeah, I take it you don't think it gets.
But he's making it seem like, you know, I'm coming home from work every day and I'm, like, downing a bottle.
How often do you drink? Do you drink every day?
No. I have to wake up for work the next
Every
day.
other day.
Literally, Monday to Friday, I'm not drinking. Well, Monday to Thursday. Friday...
She can't even keep that straight.
Because, and then Friday, you know, he'll pick up the baby, so it's never anything, like, too crazy, because baby comes back to me on Saturdays. So I'm not trying to be, you know, hungover throughout the whole day, or even, like, you know, he says I'm an alcoholic, but
you
we
get
drink
lit
together.
up, though. You get lit up, though,
not
right?
even, because...
No, I mean, you know, I understand, glass of wine, whoo, but you kind of
I'll go to a good point, and then, like, you know, I'm working on it, because, you know, I do know, like, the alcohol is an issue for him. So it's like, lately I've really been, like, you know, trying to mind, like, my limits, trying to, like, woo-saw myself, and,
if you're trying to mind your limits, then you know there's an issue.
Exactly.
People don't mind their limits when they know that stuff is cool.
I just don't want to become, like, because, you know, there's been times where it's, like, you know, like, things have happened throughout the day, like, you know, between us, and then I'll wait till, like, I start drinking to then, like, explode, which is why, like, you know, I really try to, like, tone it down, like, not drink too much.
Repeat after me. I have an issue.
An issue.
With liquor.
With liquor.
There you go. You say Mr. Vizueta never wants to spend time with you and the baby. Tell me why you believe that.
That's a lie.
So, for instance, I literally I have to beg Brian.
I know she does talk a lot, though. I get that part. So I'm gonna give you an opportunity. I've noted that. Go ahead.
I mean, I literally have to beg Brian to come over and spend the night, or to spend time with us. Like, literally, like, or for instance, like, I will text him in the morning, and one time I didn't text him at all. So next you know, he's like, wait, no good morning text?
That's
None
you.
of this? But that's him, because I'm always texting him first. I'm always reaching out to want to hang out. I'm always like, hey, come over. Hey, stay over.
Gotcha. Mr. Vizueta, do you not reach out to her?
Yeah, we talk every day, all day. Do I not stay over every night? No, because I have my own place. You know, I want my own space. But the thing is, she doesn't see it that way. She sees it, oh, you got to be with me at all times. Till the morning, till night, till next day. When I'm not at work, I'm with her and the baby.
Are you guys working to get back together to have that unit, or is this just it?
I think we're working on that. But
On back in the house with the baby?
Yeah, trying to see where it goes from there.
What do you think you're doing?
I agree. Like, I really want our family unit. You know, I'm adopted, so I didn't grow up with my birth parents, and I don't want that for my child. So, you know, I did have mishaps. I recognized them, and I realized, like, you know, I was wrong, and I really do, like, I apologize, and I feel horrible for it. And I keep trying to say, like, you know, I really want him to move back in with us. I really want to work on things. I really want to progress and move forward. I don't want to keep dwelling on the past. And it just seems like Brian just can't let go of what happened.
Okay.
And
when you say mishaps, to what are you referring?
Literally, like, the whole thing with my coworker, he refuses to let that go. And it's like, you know, like, during that time period, he was with 5 girls, and I moved on from that.
Mr. Visuetta, you didn't mention that.
I didn't think
Were you with 5 girls while she was kind of flirting around with the coworker?
No, I mean, let's get this straight. She wasn't just flirting around. She was in a full-blown relationship with
No matter what she was doing, what were you doing? Don't say she's taking care of, because you came in here with the wrong attitude about that baby. Yes, you did. You told me what your attitude was, and I'm telling you it was wrong.
No.
Yeah.
Just that one instance, but you can't tell me about my own kid.
If you would like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms, and for exclusive content, go to Apple TV. What were you doing?
She doesn't have to know what I was. She already had moved on.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you, what were you doing? Were you seeing other women?
Yes, I was enjoying my time.
Can I say this? Can I say this? I see it all the time. A woman does this much wrong over here.
Yeah.
Dude does this over here. No, wait a minute. She spends years trying to get you over this.
So
while you, hey. You think she shouldn't even acknowledge that this happened?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Well, what are you saying? You're saying it's none of her business. You were seeing other women, but it is an unforgivable sin that she was flirting with another dude while you were seeing other women.
Flirting. It's not even flirting.
Let's say they were doing the mad nasty.
That's exactly.
Okay. Let's say we were doing the mad nasty. Were you doing the mad nasty?
After I found out, yeah.
Yep.
So if you want her to forgive you for that, can't you forgive her for the other thing?
She hasn't. She still brings it up.
I bring it up if he brings that up, because everything coming out of his mouth is "you're a hoe." Even if it could be like I'm at work and I have to go to another location for my job. He's like, "Oh well, I know you're gonna smash your on your way to your job to the other location." Like seriously, like
what does she need to do to get this right?
I don't even know the answer to that question.
If you don't know the answer to that question, how do you anticipate rescuing this?
I personally don't feel like we're in a good place for that. And I don't want to hold her back because I'm undecisive.
So you out?
I think I am.
That's basically what I'm getting right now.
He's out. You know what? Out is out. And a lot of women have a hard time seeing it. But if he can't forgive you, think how bad in would be.
Exactly.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's not the end of the world if he does the right thing about that baby.
No, she's taken care of.
Don't say she's taken care of, because you came in here with the wrong attitude about that baby. Yes, you did. You told me what your attitude was, and I'm telling you it was wrong.
No.
Yeah.
Just that one instance, but you can't tell me about my own kid.
No, I'm telling you about the attitude you gave me. She had other people helping you, so you weren't worried about it. And I'm telling you that is not an attitude that is appropriate for your child. Don't tell me what's up. I know that. Ms. Allen, you're seeking $300. Why don't you tell me why?
The first time when I moved out of the apartment we shared into the house of my mom, I had to pay a moving company to help me move my stuff.
Do you have any
yeah, this is the bank
evidence
statement.
of that? Mr. Visuetta, what do you have to say about that?
She chose to pick
She
up
chose
her
to
stuff.
leave, so she should pay. Let me ask you this, are you paying child support?
Yes.
No.
Have you been ordered to pay child support?
No.
Let me go later.
No.
How much money do you give her every month?
I give her half of my check every week.
His paycheck is solely the daycare, half of the daycare. I pay half of the daycare. I pay the food for the daycare, food for her to eat at home.
You don't
I
pay
pay
for
for the
food, you
diapers
get
for
the
the
checks
house.
too. Come on.
I pay for the diapers,
Come
the
on.
wipes, everything.
Exactly, you heard that?
Everything.
Nothing.
And when I ask him to contribute, I'm doing the same thing at home. But mind you, the baby's only with him for 1 day.
Right.
The baby's with me for 6.
What was the full price of the move out?
It was 500, but I'm only looking for the 300.
What was it your decision or was it mutually?
We
Her
both
decision.
agreed to move out.
It was her decision. I'm still in the place.
Well, we know that, but you could have said, "Hey, get out."
No, she chose to leave.
Did you want her not to leave?
He packed my stuff with me.
Yeah.
Listen, Mr. Vizueta, I don't think you're a bad guy at all. Once a guy gets cheated on, there's some gizmo in their head. It just breaks. Ours might click around a little bit, but we can get it back on track. Theirs just pop. And sometimes they can never get over it. My suggestion to you is, Ms. Allen, don't pursue constant pain. He will persist in this if he can't get over it. He needs to come to you, get right, and get it together. Don't pursue it anymore because his gizmo may be broken and there's nothing you can do about it. You're a beautiful young woman. Move on and step forward. I think it was a mutual decision for her to move out. Therefore, I will award you $250, which is half of what it costs to get out of there. This matter is adjourned.
Do you think you can get past this cheating?
It's gonna take some time, I think, but maybe if we could work things out slowly, probably get there someday.
I mean, it definitely hurts because I really want my family to be together. I'm just gonna listen to the judge and, take a step back and just let him come to me. We have some good times and I'm hoping that can outweigh the past.
Okay, all right, good luck.
Thank you.
सजना रे जोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुंछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़ सजना रे जोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुंछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़
वासताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ की जावने दे लोड़ वासताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ की जावने दे लोड़
पुंछ जी तरती दी लभदी ओ जानिया गल मेरी मन न तू कर मन मानिया पुंछ जी तरती दी लभदी ओ जानिया गल मेरी मन न तू कर मन मानिया
बस तुर जोर जन पुंछ नु छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ नी जावने दे लोड़ बस तुर जोर जन पुंछ नु छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ नी जावने दे लोड़
सज्जना रे जोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़ सज्जना सज्जना रे जोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़
वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ के जावण दिलोड़ वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ के जावण दिलोड़
तू लाज मेरी मुखड़ा न मोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़ रख ले तू लाज मेरी मुखड़ा न मोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़
वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ के जावण दिलोड़ वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ के जावण दिलोड़
देश मेरा पुणछ ते बल्लियां दा डेरा ए सैक देने लोकी बस जिद्दी डोल मेरा ए देश मेरा पुणछ ते बल्लियां दा डेरा ए सैक देने लोकी बस जिद्दी डोल मेरा ए
कटनी रे जोर मेरा दिल ना तरोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ ने जावण दिलोड़ कटने रे जोर मेरा दिल ना तरोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ ने जावण दिलोड़
सज्जना रे जोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़ सज्जना रे जोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़
वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ के जावण दिलोड़ वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ के जावण दिलोड़
रस्म ये छोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़ भुल गल लोकां वाली रस्म ये छोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़
वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ नहीं जावण दिलोड़ वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ नहीं जावण दिलोड़
जोर सुनी सारी कश्मीर वे वतन ए सुन सड़ा जन्नत नजीर वे पुंछ रा जोर सारी सोनी कश्मीर वे वतन ए सोना साडा जन्नत नजीर वे
चल वे जावेद गड़ी पुंछ नु मोड़ वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तू छोड़ चल वे जावेद गड़ी पुंछ नु मोड़ वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तू छोड़
सजना रे जोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुंछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़ सजना रे जोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुंछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़